Take a second, take a listen. Oh yeah. Think the same, but we so different. Oh yeah. Just hear me out, you about to get a little hard.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of ALilRandRPodcast.
It's your boy Ramont.
We're coming to you live and direct from an undisclosed location in the DMV area.
That wasn't my part?
Sure. That's Ramont. I'm Reese.
You want to do it over with less of an attitude?
Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of ALilRandRPodcast. We're coming to you live and direct from an undisclosed location in the DMV area.
It's your boy Ramont.
And I'm Reese. We are here in the space.
You know I'm not going to edit out that first one because I need everyone to see how rude you are.
I don't think that was rude.
Okay.
I was being direct.
Were you?
I mean, you jumped in before I can get out what I wanted to say, and you always chastise me.
I thought it was my
See,
part.
you're trying to run over me again. You always chastise me for forgetting to say that we're coming from an undisclosed location, so I was trying to get it out, and you wanted to throw your name in there. This is a podcast that we created together. It's not just about you.
Wow. How long have you been waiting to say that?
Very long periodical time. I'm just joking.
No, it's fine.
I'm kidding.
I already can't speak, so it's fine. No, you can talk to yourself this episode.
Oh, I'm going to talk. Well, I mean, it's not that you can't speak. So somebody did say, like, that, I don't know, somebody made a comment about the fact that I said that you might have spelled it right. Like, I knew that you spelled it.
No, you said that you was like, no, I feel like you knew all the words. You
Letters.
just could, right. You just couldn't, you just didn't say it right, pretty much.
You didn't. Axe is a tool.
You knew what the fuck I was saying, though. And that's all I'm going to say. You knew what the fuck I was saying.
Hello, Ramont. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Reese.
I'm doing well as well. You didn't ask, but I just wanted to throw it out there.
I was going to get there.
Okay.
If you would allow me.
Oh, my bad. I'm doing one of you.
This is going to be a short episode and a short podcast. This is episode 51, and you want to kick off? 51! You want to kick off going into like our new season with all this like violence?
There's no violence. You are let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Self-proclaimed.
No, I'm not. What have I self-proclaimed? Name a time.
Ramont,
Name
every
a time.
time we talk about choosing violence, you choose violence. I choose violence. That's you. I don't. I'm a lover. I want the world to get along and everyone to be peaceful.
I've seen you in these streets.
Don't tell lies. You won't even go out with me. Like, go out to places with me. if this is your first listen of us, he won't even go out with me. He won't even go anywhere with me.
I don't hang out with coworkers.
You got that one. You got me on that one. Very well.
Now you know how I feel, you bitch.
That was good. That was real good. So what is going on? How are you?
I'm wonderful. So I talked to our number one fan, and
I would be like,
she stated that she agreed with me when it comes to loyalty, and what I love about her commentary is you can't debate it. You can't say nothing. Can't say nothing back about it.
I can't?
No.
Because she's your mother?
Yes.
I'm entitled to my opinion.
You're not. Not when it comes to her.
Okay.
Talking about the podcast, because if she agreed with me, then there's nothing for you to talk about. It just gives proof.
Does she listen or does she watch?
I don't know which one she does. I think she teethers between both. It all depends on what she's doing.
She teethers.
Did I say something else wrong again? Because now all of a sudden you're an English teacher.
That's what I went to school for.
You
but
did?
I dropped out. So a part of me still wants to be an English teacher.
Stay in your lane, ho.
You are not degreed nor qualified. It's cool. So she said she agrees with you on what part?
She didn't say, but she just said she agreed with me.
Well, she's your mother.
Probably with my definition. No, that's not always the case. That's not always the case.
I mean, every time you bring her opinion to the podcast, it's in agreement with you.
Well, I like that my mother agrees with me.
I love that too.
Maybe,
but
shut up.
Maybe if mother is listening. When I go see my mama, we gonna sit down and listen to a couple episodes. God damn it!
Hopefully not this one with you cussing at her and telling her what she going to do.
Right.
Oh, this clip definitely being posted.
No, we are not.
I'm gonna tag on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Outside of that,
shout out Miss Tawanda. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being our number one.
You know, I'm quitting my job.
Well, I tried to throw that in there last time, but you didn't want to talk about it.
Because it had to be because when you wanted to throw in there, the new position had not been confirmed yet.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want to
Got you.
do anything. And it's similar to relationships. Like it amazes me that when you communicate and tell people what you want, how you feel, what's going on, and nothing changes, and now when I'm done, I'm leaving,
all of a sudden they want to hear you.
They want to hear me, they want opinion. I've had 4 meetings
since you said I'm out of here. Wow. 4 meetings about the stuff that you've already been addressing previously.
Not so much the stuff but like saving me, what they can do.
Oh wow.
If so you stay, this, that, and the third. I've always been an asset, never a liability.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying like I can't remember when I learned it, but probably like through some like training or whatever. It's like you always want to be an asset to your employer and not a liability. So
Absolutely.
I've always put myself in positions to be an asset. Like if I leave, you're going to feel the brunt of me leaving. So it's just like I've had 4 meetings with y'all, and each and every time I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like because I've already prepared myself for y'all to try to save me. So everything that they throw at me, I just throw back. As far as, no, this is why I'm doing it and da 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 da. But it's just like, But there's nothing they could say and or do that would get me to stay.
And that's probably a good feeling because it's you're in control of the situation.
But it's just like I've tried. I literally tried.
Right.
But
well,
it is what it is.
Congratulations, onward and upward. That's important. And your happiness is important.
It absolutely.
And I care about your happiness.
Yeah. I care about yours too.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know why you're so mean and nasty all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. You want to... I'm going to do you. Do you want to tell the people how you treated me when you came in today? How cold and off-putting you were?
I wasn't.
Oh, so you don't want to own it yet. Okay, we'll come back.
How was I cold and off-putting?
You weren't?
I walked in.
When you were down here doing, I said, "Oh, you."
You said if I knew you were eating, I would have took a shower.
Right.
I was just like, what did I say? I didn't know what you were doing.
No, you was like, I didn't say you couldn't take a shower.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I didn't.
Right. You didn't say it like that.
But you also didn't ask.
I don't have to ask.
Okay, so why didn't you just get in the shower?
Because you. So today was a very long day, and I was at work a little longer than I was supposed to be. And so when I pulled up...
And traffic was actually light today. That's weird for us.
Yeah. So when I pulled up to the undisclosed location, I was like...
We got a shower at the undisclosed location.
It's a whole setup. Yeah. I was like, well, let me jump... Because from one job to the next, you want to be fresh. So
well, who you been fresh for?
You. Because I care about you. I'm here for us. But anyways, it wasn't what you said, it's the way that you said it. And then it was very... So thank you for owning it. I appreciate it.
That's understandable.
The fact that you understand means that you're aware.
I'm aware of your feelings.
No, you're aware of your actions.
I'm aware of your feelings, and I don't want to take away from that. So if you feel as if that was my tone, then that's on you, and I understand how you feel.
My feelings came from your actions.
Okay.
Thank you. So
it's gonna be a rough episode.
It's not. It's great. Let me tell you. So I got this, and I don't know where.
You still have Snapchat?
I have a Snapchat. I don't really use it. This came across, and I was like, "This is so interesting." So it's the compatibility between Aries and Capricorns.
Are we compatible?
52%, I guess. So it says, now listen to this because this is us. These two, well, this is you'll see the part. These two do not have too much in common and will be in a complicated relationship because they are like day and night. On the one hand, Arians are extroverted, impulsive, adventurous, passionate, energetic, and like to live life fast.
Oh.
Instead, Capricorns are rather serious, introverted, conservative, need to take control, and meditate on things before acting.
A Capricorn wrote that.
How?
Because that's the complete opposite of us.
We can go back. However, this is the part. However, there is an area in which they are compatible, and that is work. So if we join Aries' leadership skills and Capricorn's excellent control and management skills, it could
control.
It could work. It could work on a working relationship level. I'm not going to say words. So a Capricorn wrote this? No. But
a Capricorn wrote that clearly.
I don't think so. But
you're the extrovert more than me.
I am an introverted extrovert. Ramont, how many times?
I hate that term. Like,
it's the truth.
It drives me insane.
Why?
Because all the extroverts that I know say it. And that's why.
I'm not an extrovert.
Okay.
When I'm out and about, then sure.
So
when I'm out,
when else would the verts happen? When else are the verts happening other than when you're out?
When you're home, like I like to be home.
What?
And I like to be to myself sometimes. I need quiet.
Everyone needs quiet.
Okay. So everybody has this
but
bit
the
of
verts
introvert.
don't happen until you're like out and you're amongst other people. That's when people are like, oh, you're an introvert because I see you over here to yourself, like you're just minding your business. Versus an extrovert that walks through the door is like life of the party, talking to everybody and everything like that, which is you.
I'm an introverted extrovert.
Girl.
Okay. And my pronouns are he, him, and his. Respect me, please. No, seriously. You don't think like
every extrovert that I know says I'm an introvert
okay,
extrovert.
Stop comparing me to other people. Let's start there.
Okay.
I am one person.
We're
talking about me. I'm an introverted extrovert. Do you disagree?
I disagree.
Why?
Because I feel like you're an extrovert.
Why? Because when I go out, I'm social. That's my extrovertisms. Extrovertedisms.
So when you're home alone, when no one's around, I'm an introvert.
Sometimes when we're all hanging out, I'm chilling.
I disagree.
Okay.
I'm not gonna disagree.
Well, next topic. I feel like I'm spitting all over the place.
There's nothing coming out. Your phone would be wet if you were spitting.
Yeah, it just feels like it. Okay, so you think what are you?
I'm an introvert.
You're an introvert?
Yes. Completely. All the way around.
Oh, Jesus. I almost choked on that lie that you told. I don't know how I was going to choke on a lie that you told, but you are an introvert all the way around?
I'm not an introvert?
No, not all the way around. I would say you're an introverted extrovert as well.
Okay. I still disagree with you.
You don't have to.
Mainly, I disagree with that term. It's either one or the other.
No, it's not. That is crazy.
Okay.
How can you?
I'm using I terms. Uh-huh. I feel as if it's either introvert or extrovert. That's it.
Okay. And I don't agree with that. Because there are two. People can possess the qualities of both. It's like bisexual. It's not like bisexual, but no, I do agree. I think you can be both. You can have, there is times, again, it's times when I am definitely an extrovert. And there are times when I'm really just an introvert. Not really just, but I'm an introvert.
I feel as if the one that is more dominant is just who you are.
Mm. So you think I try to be an introvert?
I've never seen Reese as an introvert.
Wow.
My experience, I've never seen Reese as an introvert.
Okay. That's interesting. I think we should spend some more time together so you can really get to know me then. Because I'm not a complete introvert, but there, like, for instance, I think yesterday I was just in my introvertisms. I'm gonna make that a thing. I got off work. I went and worked out. I just was into me. I didn't want to deal, didn't want to talk, I just wanted to be.
There are more times that you say that Ramont doesn't want to be bothered than I would say about you.
Excuse me, that's because you are...
Because I'm an introvert.
No,
and leave me alone.
mean.
And leave me alone. I'm an introvert.
You're mean.
Leave me alone. Because I'm to myself. Like...
Not mean, let me not say that.
Like
you just have a nasty disposition sometimes for no reason. Like, if I call you, and that's typically when it is. When I call you and you don't want to be bothered, I can respect that. But it's like, I think that it would be beneficial to me. This is relationship. I learned this in counseling. You got to teach people how to treat you. So if you don't want to be bothered, what? You don't agree with that?
I don't. But go ahead.
You don't agree that you have to teach people how to treat you? If you're doing something that doesn't work for me and we're in a relationship, and I'm talking about a friendship, we're in this friendship relationship. If you do something that I don't like, I should be able to tell you, hey, this doesn't work for me. Now, I'm not saying that you have to change it, but I'm communicating what doesn't work. I'm teaching you. So if I call you and you don't want to be bothered, just say, you know what? Hey, are you good? Because I really don't feel like talking right now, but I just want to make sure you're okay.
Is that me calling you back after I don't pick up? Because that's what that sounds like.
No, because when you pick up and you be like, hello, I'd be like, hey, friend, how are you? Good. You busy? No, what's up? It sounds like you don't want to talk. Did you need something? So we can eliminate all of that, because then I get off the phone like, well, damn, if you didn't want to talk, you should not have answered the phone.
I wouldn't.
So then why the dry tone when you do?
So it depends on when you call me.
Mm-hmm.
I could not have been talking for hours, just sitting here watching TV, maybe on my iPad, reading something, doing homework, researching something. Hell, I could have been editing the podcast. And I'm just focused. But Reese is calling. Okay. Hey, like... I'm dry. Like I never answer my phone. Hey, friend, what's going on?
Sometimes
like,
you do. Sometimes you
don't
do. Not
don't
like
lie.
literal, but sometimes you are a little. Sometimes there is an animation in your voice, and more times than not, it's very dry.
If there's an animation in my voice because I'm conscious that it's you and I know what you require. Because if I answer dry, it's going to be a preface about my dryness before
Preface. But you sounded it out and used all the letters. Good for you. I'm just joking. I use preface. I don't know. It may be preface for me. I'm sorry. No,
I don't even want to talk to you no more.
oh, shoot.
If you're just going to correct me through the entire podcast.
No. I'm sorry. Hold on.
He said preface. He said preface.
But it's spelled preface. So I get it. Go ahead.
We can move on. I don't want to talk.
Are you introverted right now?
I am.
I was just joking.
Your joke wasn't funny.
I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm dead.
No, you're not. I'm gonna let you get it all out.
We got it.
Nope. I need everyone to see how much of a bitch you are.
Oh Jesus, I'm not. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm literally done, and you know me.
No, Ramont, let's go. Come on. Okay. Why are you looking at me like that? Ramont.
What?
Come on.
We're going.
Okay. Okay, so you answer animated because you know it's me and it's what I prefer.
But I'll have to find my quote later about teaching someone to...
How to treat you? Mm-hmm. There's a quote that goes against it, but kind of rivals it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think
I've played it on the podcast before, or I brought
it up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that, and maybe it's the verb, like the wording is. It comes across kind of aggressive, right? Like you teach someone how to, but I think that that's important. But I think that it just goes back to communication.
Like, do you teach a child how to love?
No. Well, I feel like with children, I feel like if you show them, yeah, in a sense you do. Because by your actions though. Like, yeah. You give them the example of what that looks like. Showing up and loving on them and all of those things, in my opinion. Like, it's not something that it's not like a school lesson. It's not like math or English that you can just, kind of teach them. But I think it's kind of it's taught through action.
You don't get to tell people how to love you. You get to choose if you want to participate in the way they love.
Mm-hmm. Read it one more time.
You don't get to tell people how to love you. You get to choose if you want to participate in the way they love.
I agree with that. So I have a quote that I just saw.
Oh, we're sharing quotes now?
I mean, because it goes along with that kind of the topic that we're talking about. So it says, love your partner in their language, not yours. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the same thing, right? Well, it's not. It's not necessarily the same thing, but it's an extension of.
No, like with yours, I feel as if it goes with, I believe, what did we talk about? Expectations. Mm-hmm. That's what I think that's what yours speaks more to. Expectations. Love them in their language and not yours. Like, it's like you're expecting someone to do things the way you do a type of situation.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That's how I feel about yours.
Okay. And I agree. I agree with that. But I think it kind of aligns with the fact that, well, I guess it is kind of different because whichever way you choose to handle me, I have to say so in if I participate in that or not. But then I also,
like if a person says, I'm not affectionate, I'm not if we're dating and you say, oh, I need affection and this and the third, and I say, well, I'm not affectionate. I never had affection growing up. That's just not my style. This and the third, I'm not going to hold your hand while we're watching TV. I'll sit next to you, but we're not going to hold hands and everything like that. Like at that point, you can't force me to hold your hand and everything like that. And so at that point, you would decide, do I want to participate in this? Like, am I going to be okay with this?
Right. Agreed. I agree with that.
Okay.
I don't see you holding hands. Do you hold hands?
We hold hands and cuddle
okay.
and everything like
I
that.
don't see it.
Who's
the more emotional one? Who's the more emotional
It depends
one?
on the mood.
Okay, so it's a shared emotion. Okay. You just seem very cold to me.
Maybe you should hang out with me to figure out who I am. Maybe that's what it is. Because I don't understand where you're getting this vision of me from. Like this whole, like, who do you think I am?
You.
How long have you known me? Have we met?
No.
Have we hung out?
I think that you, as time has gone on.
You think I became a bitch?
I won't use that word because I'm trying not to use those words. I just think you've become a little cold. I've seen a colder side of you. Maybe it's because we started working together. Maybe that's what it is.
You should go back to the friend zone.
Right. Like, maybe that's what it is. I just see different sides of you now. And so I'm like, well, maybe Ramont isn't that or isn't this. And again, I don't know. I've only known you in a few relationships. And, well, I'll say a couple because the first one, I knew who you were, but we weren't friends like that.
Yeah, I'm different with my man.
Right, but I'm saying, like, being that you are different, I think that, yes, friendships and intimate relationships are different. So I'm looking at it through my friend lens. Like, oh, is he like that in a relationship? Like,
he be saying I'm mean sometimes, but I don't pay him no mind.
He what?
He be saying I'm mean sometimes, but I don't pay him no mind.
Okay. Well, two people saying the same thing can't be all wrong.
Yeah, both of y'all wrong. Because both of y'all said at the wrong times. Like, he'll say, like, when I first wake up and want to ask me questions and be like, why you got an attitude? Well, like, okay, like, prime example. Like, and he... You know, I ain't talking about my personal business.
Look. Tell me more.
The thing, like, and this can be friendship or relationship as far as like my response and my tone at this particular time. I think we had been up since maybe 8 or 9. Mm-hmm. I had not eaten, and at this particular time that this scenario went down is probably around like 2:00. So I have not eaten all day, and we were supposed to meet up with some other friends around 2. So I took a nap and I woke up and like, okay. So in my mind, like before I laid down, I was just like, well, there's no point in me like ordering food or leaving back out to go get something because if I just lay down, wake up, we're going to go eat anyway.
Right.
So,
excuse me.
So of course, that's what I made up in my mind. Like, you know, I'll just lay down. I'm fine. You know, I'm just tired. Let me just lay down, wake up. We're going to go get food. I'm good. So when I wake up and I'm, you know, come up out of sleep or whatever, and I'm just sitting there and he's just like, oh, you know, they got held up. So we probably won't meet up until like 3 or 4. And I was like, and he was just like, why do you have an attitude? I was just like,
I just woke up and I'm hungry.
Right. and that's pretty much what I said. Like, it has nothing to do with you. It's nothing. I said, but you know, I haven't eaten. I'm just hungry,
right.
And I was ready to get up and go. And you know, you're telling me now it's just pushback. I said my hopes and dreams just were crushed in a sense because I had it mapped out. I said, oh, on the way there, I can stop here, grab something to eat, or when we get there, I'll probably order boom, boom, boom. I said, then that's the reason why because had I known, or of course, what they got caught up doing, it wasn't like pre-planned, like it just happened. But
right.
had I would have went out and got something to eat, and I would have been fine.
Right.
And then, like on the way there, we got food, and guess who's a happy camper? This one right here. You know, he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Whew, I'm feeling great." He was like, "I'm glad." I'm like, "This is all I wanted. Like the entire day. This is all I just wanted to eat. I didn't ask for nothing else." And like that's my thing. Like, and maybe I'm a different type of person. Like. If anyone is having a bad day, I don't take it personal. I'm just like, that has nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. Like, I just stepped into the room. I just asked you a simple, it has nothing to do with me. Your attitude is your attitude, and you deal with it is not going to affect me. So if I feel like if I know that my attitude has nothing to do with you, like I'm not snapping on you or anything like that. It's just like my tone and like my demeanor itself. But if you would have said, you know, Ramont, we not meeting up with the guys until X amount of time. And I'm just like, ugh. You know what I mean? But if you said, oh, do you want to play this game with me or you want to watch the movie? Okay, cut the movie on. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to be like this, but I'm still going to sit there and watch because it has nothing to do with you. I'm just trying to, I'm always thinking about what I need to do, what's next and everything and how I'm going to
get your way.
Don't do that because it's not about getting my way. What am I missing? Why am I in this mood? Because I'm hungry. I want food. So I need to think about how I'm going to get food.
Right.
That's not getting my way.
That's what you want in that moment. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that you want what you want when you want it. Which
not when I want. I mean, I'm accommodating to people, but in with like the plans and everything like that. That was initially set up.
I understand. And so to your point, I think that that's one thing that I've learned through you is not to take things personally because I did before, and that's just me in general. When it's seemingly that people have attitudes with me, when a person has an attitude and I'm communicating with them, then I'm like, well, hold up, what happened?
Nope. Are you okay? You good? It's usually like I'm fine. Noted. So it ain't me. You can have your little attitude. I'm gonna do what I need to do. And I'm gonna keep moving.
Learned that from you.
And I'm gonna keep moving. Like it ain't me. I don't care no more. I already asked you if you were fine. You were good. But I think you do it. But some other people don't ask like, "Are you okay?" or "What's wrong?" to find out like why are you acting like this before assuming that. Oh, he just got an attitude.
Right.
No, ask me what's wrong. And I would have just said, I'm just hungry. I just want food.
I get it. I think that, again, I've learned that and
at this time, nothing was in the house for me to eat where I okay, let me eat this in the house and I'll be fine.
Right.
It wasn't nothing in the house. So but when I got food, he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, that's all the fuck I wanted.
Just feed me.
Right. That's all I need. I just feed me. Yeah. You don't like to cuss because you sound funny. Well, that's what you said. It's not what I said. It's what you said.
I'm aware.
Okay. Don't look at me like that. Girl.
He, him, his.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Anywho, next question. Oh, you got something?
Go ahead. I didn't know we were asking questions.
I didn't know we was doing quotes.
It was a Q&A. It just happened. Let me swallow. Hold on. Because you be coming out the left field sometimes.
You gotta prepare yourself.
Right. I be like, what the?
Being that it's Pride Month.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Because I was thinking about this too, but go ahead.
My question is, and it's like I asked myself this and I had like multiple answers and it wasn't a concrete one, and maybe you'll feel the same way or maybe you'll help me answer mine. How do you feel as if you present and with these particular terms? Look at you. Stop laughing. I'll be trying to be serious. So do you think you, like when people first see you, do you think they see a black man that's gay, a gay black man, a man that's black that happens to be gay? Like, what do you think they see? Like, which one would come first? Or how would you identify? So, like, when I wake up in the morning, I am black, then I'm a man, then I'm gay. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. I would say that, like you just said, black man that's gay. For me, that's how I envision myself. I think that the world probably sees me as a black gay man. I think that a lot of times, people see us, and I've always had kind of a love-hate relationship with, oh, I knew you were gay. You don't know anything until I tell you, or until we have a conversation. Like, you can assume whatever you want, and your assumption may be correct, but to say that you knew, to me, not accurate. So I think that, me personally, I don't think that I am uber masculine. So I don't think that if I'm out and about of course, I think the first thing people see is that I am black. And then they might be like, oh, he's a gay guy. Gay dude. Gay man.
So they say a black man.
Black gay man. But I think I'm a black
gay.
man that's gay.
A black man that's gay. Okay.
Because they happen. I mean, black man that's gay.
So you think they see they're looking at your complexion first before they say that you're a man.
Right. When people say they don't see color, I don't understand that. I used to think that it was like, great, you don't, but no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what
I don't see color.
Yeah, like, oh, you love everyone. But no, like, recognize that I am a black man. Like, recognize that. So when people say that, I'm just like, okay.
Because I can't change this.
Right. And yeah. So yeah, I think that people, I would assume, I don't know. And I think it's very hard when you would, like, if I ask someone that I'm friends with or that I'm cool with, what was their first perception of me? Because they know me now,
or how
it's
would
hard.
they describe
How would they
you?
have described me off top? It's jaded by the fact that you know me now. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what I thought about you initially. I can probably say, well, I maybe thought you were going to be a certain way. Maybe.
Yeah, like, I feel as if sexuality would come last.
Really?
Like, if you were to describe someone, why is their sexuality, like, why are you describing them with their sexuality? You know what I mean? Like, I just need to say, my friend Reese, he's a black man. I don't need to tell you that he's gay. Like, why would it matter? You know what I mean? Like, I feel as if it would come last, or it's optional to say.
Definitely. I think if we're talking about describing, but again, I think that if you're saying, like, what do I assume that people see me as?
Like, if you were just walking down the street, they'd say, there go a black man. They don't know that you're gay.
I don't know.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like,
theoretically, yeah, they don't know. Because again, you don't know until you know. But I think the assumption is that in some instances, like, if we're out together in a big group, I'm sure that, look at them black gay boys. Black gay guys. You know what I mean? I think that they would just be like, oh, they're all, you know what I mean? And not saying that we're anything but who we are.
Why can't we just be a bunch of black men hanging out?
We could be, but
bunch of black kings hanging out.
I don't.
Oh, it's raining.
I don't know. I don't see that. I feel like sexuality is.
Do you think it needs to be when someone describe you?
No.
It needs to be there?
No,
okay.
No. I actually prefer that it's not. Like, I think we had talked about that. Like, when I am meeting new friends of friends or whatever, like, specifically my straight homegirls, like, when I'm meeting their friends, I prefer that they don't give a purpose to me being gay. Like, oh, Reese is, you know what I mean? Like, Reese is my homeboy, but he's gay. Like,
Because it don't come with special accommodations.
Yeah, at all. At all. And
I don't get a discount off my bail.
Exactly. Or, you know what I mean? I think a lot of times with women, some women, they get this preconceived notion that I'm going to come in a certain way. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, I didn't expect you to be that.
I did find out, because I had wondered that question, like, why would people always inquire if a man is gay or straight? Because it changes their mindset and thinking as far as, like, how their dynamic would be with them interacting. Like, as far as, oh, this is going to be a homeboy, I can chill, talk this, that, and the third, or I can put on my, like, sex appeal if I find him attractive and everything like that type of situation, versus why can't we just sit here and vibe? Why can't we just sit here and have a good time overall? You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't think that.
I mean, I don't like it in a sense, but, you know, I'm all with, like, why can't we just vibe and chill and hang out? Like, why does that have to be like I can't, because you talk about my words, I can't even think of the word.
Don't put that on me.
I do, because now I have a word in my mind, but it's not it. It's not it. Like, and that's fine. But you know what I'm saying. Or maybe you don't, but I can't say it, so. Doesn't matter.
I'm not doing this with you.
You already did.
That's a good question, though. That's a good question. I think that's that's a good question. Because I don't be like, oh, my homegirl Q's coming through. She's straight. No, my friend Q's coming. And most times it's boy or girl, female. Like,
because Q is a unisex name.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. I don't know, but I'm trying to think, do my friends, like if I say, oh, Ramont's coming, well, I think the
assumption is
that you are a homosexual. Mainly because they listen to the show. That's, yeah.
I could be lying.
I always say allegedly. We don't know what you do or what I do. It's 2022. Did you have any other questions?
No, I think that was it.
Do you write down questions? I feel like I need to do that for myself because I be thinking about stuff and I'd be like, ooh, and then I completely forget.
I did at one point, but then I kind of stopped because I forgot. Let me see. Let me go find the ones that I've written down previously. It's out of my things to bring up note. I'm
gonna get me one.
Here we go. So at work, a man slid me a Jesus pamphlet. It was like it was just like, hey, thank you, have a nice day. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I opened it, it's like one of those like, did you know the Lord and Savior's your, like, yeah, I was just like.
And I would have said, so you left something?
He was already gone by the time you don't pay people no mind.
That is what. But that has nothing to do with anything, but to me, that's a little presumptuous. How do you not already know that I have a relationship? Or what if I am an atheist and I don't?
They just want to be sharing stuff. Yeah.
But that can be, that's.
Let's see.
In the workplace, it's a little bit inappropriate, in my opinion.
Okay, I asked that question already. My mom didn't know what shade was.
Really?
I remember we was having a conversation, and this is like recent. She was just like, yeah, and so-and-so was throwing shade. She's like, I didn't know what shade was before and this and that. I was just like, really? How could you not
How do you not know?
Right. How did you not know? But maybe I need to spend more time with my mother so she can know what it is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's been throwing me shade for years.
Unapologetically and unknowingly.
Right. Like, how did you not know? What did you think you were doing, lady? When you hurt my feelings and I couldn't say nothing.
Right. That's the key. Can't say anything. You'd be like, okay, she got me.
Let me see. Remember when Destiny's Child told us they were pulling up in the Lexus trucks and Hummers? And like that was a thing. And bitch, you
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Next.
Maybe yours is different.
Next, please.
Let's play the song.
No. There's a couple songs. There's a couple songs that have that same thing going on.
But I was just listening to it. I said, bitch, back then we thought this was the shit.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Talk about that be me.
When they posted memes, these not the men Destiny Child was talking about that was in the club.
Shut up.
And calling your mom by her first name. Did you ever call your mom?
In real? No, not as a child.
You do it as an adult?
Jokingly. Yeah, like funny. Like not funny, but like I'll be like, hey coach, da 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 da. But as a child, absolutely not. So my cousins, I think a lot of my cousins, her sister's children, right? So on my mother's side, my mother has 5 sisters. I think majority of them called their mothers by their first names. And I remember being younger and asking her, could I call her by her first name? She said, no, absolutely not. I just think that's weird. Not weird. Let me not offend people. I don't think that it's weird. It's just not the way that I was brought up.
Because that's what you do.
Right. Do you call your mother by her first name? Ever?
Outside of her being saved in my phone to her first name?
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, yeah, I saved her by her name in my phone, but like
Did you do that because she told you to, or is that just what you did?
What?
Save her by her first name in your phone.
That's just what I did. How's she gonna tell me to save her?
My mom's a whole conspiracy theorist. So of course she was just like mommy at one point, but she was like, no, you gotta save me under I don't know what articles or what TV show she'd be watching. She was like, you gotta save me under my name because if someone like get your phone, they see mommy and like they text me, ask me personal questions and I answer them because I'm thinking that it. I just said okay.
Mama's a wonder. She said, we ain't gonna get got.
Right.
But I mean, I understand it to an extent.
Right. I understand. Like, I understand it. Like, I knew
But
where she
I
was
feel
coming
like
from.
If somebody hits you up from your mother's number and was asking stuff, you would be like, for me personally, I'm calling. Girl, what is she talking about?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, I don't know.
Oh. No, I mean, well, I don't know.
I think I
I
know how my mom talks, so like they would have to study that lady in order for it to confuse me.
I mean, the threat is there to see. You know what I mean? But it would be weird if somebody was like, "So from my mama phone, what street did we grow up on? What girl? Where?"
Right.
I would be like, "What are you?"
I'm
talking
like,
about?
what? Like, what?
Right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, but no, I don't call my mother by her first name like on the regular. I call her mom, mommy, mama. Yeah, I don't call her. I didn't grow up that way. I was going to say something else, but I didn't grow up that way.
Okay, friend. What's next? What you got?
Do you know
Okay.
your love language?
I took it several years ago. I can tell you what my results were.
Okay. And what are your results? And since it was years ago, do you think it still rings true?
So my top one was quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts.
So mine, hold on.
I feel like you'd be judging my answers.
No, I was just interested. Hold on. Where did it go? I can't find it now.
Oh my God.
Right. Isn't that, wait, I think I put it. I know my first one is, there it is. Quality time.
Okay.
Words of affirmation.
Oh, so we both like quality time.
Interesting. Quality time, words of affirmation, receiving gifts. And I always thought that was a bad one.
Receiving gifts.
Yeah. Physical touch. But I got, what's the last one?
Acts of service.
Acts of service, I got a 0.
Because you don't do nothing.
This isn't what I do, it's what I what I prefer.
I can see that.
It being 0? Yeah. Because I feel like the questions are like, would you want someone like...
Acts of service is like taking out the trash or cooking your meal. Yeah.
Well, no, I like somebody to cook. I like to eat. So that's... I don't know, but the questions were just like, Like, I don't... somebody helping you out with something, I'm too much of a control freak when I'm doing like projects and things. I don't want you to interject with it. So that leads me to compatibility, right? So do you think that that's a good like starting point of what you feel you're compatible with? Like, so your answers, do you feel like you need someone with the same?
Well, I don't know what these are. I don't know if he's ever taken the test. Like, my test is old.
Do you feel like it still rings true, though?
Yeah. Like, we love quality time. Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So then, do you feel like with this type of test, back to the quote that I had, you have to love people by way of their love language versus yours. Do you believe that?
And back to my quote, if you're willing to participate in that. Because if you like if yours was words of affirmation, but I don't know how to say sweet things to you, then what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm gonna be like, good morning.
That's a good question.
You look nice today. Like it would be a hard. Like
you look nice.
Like, because if I don't know how to do it, then and again with your thing, like maybe if I'm willing to learn, but would you be willing to accept someone where it sounds a little forced? Where like
absolutely not. For me personally, no.
Right?
I don't like anything forced, and so I think it's
like because it's not organic, and like you're trying to teach them. No, you don't say you look nice today. Like tell me I look pretty, and tell me you like this, right?
Or whatever,
right? And that's a lot of work.
If it's
that's
not
a lot.
naturally
right? You know what I mean?
But does that make you
yes, it does. It makes us
incompatible?
Incompatible.
Is that the right word?
Oh, look at you.
I was trying
struggling. Mm-hmm. Should have just said it. I would have just let it ride, but here we are.
You want violence for no reason.
You've chose violence against me twice.
That's how you felt, and I apologize that you felt that way. I thought I was being a friend and helping you.
You could have pulled me to the side.
Well, right here, right now, is it really
you could have pulled me to the side. You could have let it go, and then after the show, you could have talked about it, but you chose not to.
I apologize. You're right.
That's okay.
Okay, so we're good. Okay, well, okay, what does compatibility look like then? So you're in a relationship, obviously. Take yourself out of that mindset for a moment. In dating, like what would deem, in your opinion, what would you deem like, okay, this is what compatibility looks like for you?
I don't know. I like when it came to dating, it was just pretty much, do we get along? Mm-hmm. Like, do we have similarities? You know, it's that like type of thing. Like, are we able to sit here and have organic, conversations where it doesn't seem forced or I'm not bored type of thing. Like that's what it looked like to me.
And I've not always, but I think that now I look at compatibility. For me, I enjoy the differences.
Well,
because it's the opportunity to learn and grow through someone.
But what kind of differences is also a thing as well.
Interest and everything. Like I
get that.
Dating someone that's like
I don't want to expect us to be. I don't want us to be alike, but are we able to mesh and gel and have a good time together and talk about things? And I understand that there are going to be differences of opinion, differences in styles and dress and drive and the way that we talk and everything like that. But are these differences able to coexist in the same space? Right.
And I think, again, for me, I think that I get off on that. Like, I know I was trying to find a better word, but whatever. I get off on, again, the differences because I feel like I like the opportunity to learn and grow through someone. Where it bites me in the ass sometimes is that it's cute at first, but then it becomes somewhat annoying, or it becomes like too different. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like maybe not. Like I learned a few new things, but now I'm over it.
Well, that's rude.
It's life. It happens.
Mm-mm.
No? I mean, it is. Like, I feel like you came, you saw, you go home. You're like...
So that makes it seem like your intent here was to I learn like this person is a class. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn something new. Once I learned it, okay, I'm good. Thank you. Goodbye.
It just became uninteresting.
A class.
No, because you still got to finish out a class if you want a good grade.
Yeah, but you're done. It's like one of those classes that's not a requirement.
Oh, okay, an extracurricular. Mm-hmm. I get it, but I don't feel the same.
Do that. You can't do that to people.
Well, so for me, again, when if it feels, what did you say, forced? I'm not engaging anymore.
But why does it now seem forced? If you were enjoying yourself before,
again, sometimes it gets to a point where it's not enjoyable anymore.
But
why? I don't know, because like again, so I guess that's the point. Sometimes there may be too much of a difference. Maybe there is
that you didn't see in the beginning.
Potentially,
it was just something new, like a shiny new toy.
Sometimes, or again, this was not the topic wasn't necessarily dating, but I think that people don't show up as their authentic selves, and they want to be so whatever, and then it's like, or I guess for me, I just show up as I am, and I think that I get excited about the differences. So maybe some people, I don't know. Maybe they I'm gonna be different since that's what he likes, and then it wears off or it goes way over there, and I'm like, okay, no, it's not gonna work for me. That's why I'm single.
Because people don't show up as themselves anymore.
I'm not gonna put it on them. I think it's me. I mean, I know that it's somewhat me. Like I don't invest much. I don't. Let me not say that. I take that back. It's not that I don't invest. I do not. Once my interest is over, like it's typically very soon, right? Like I can give you a number of situations where it's just like, okay, well, that's not gonna work because I'm over it. And once I'm over it, I'm not. So it's not like we.
It can't restart.
No, because like there was one individual. There was one individual.
You don't have to go down this road, friend.
No, it's just because I think they listen. I know they listen. Anyways, one individual, everything was great. Oh, the getting to know and all of that was great.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it became this would be a good future topic. It became a almost like a gender role thing. Like everything was cool up until it was like, well, you're supposed to do this because of this. And I was like, no, that's not how that works.
We can bring this up when Kiki come back.
Yeah. Like I don't subscribe to that. So then it was no more fun. It was fun no more. Like I was like, no, because I'm not going to do the things that you think I should do based on
so you chose not to participate.
I chose not to participate. And
was it like that before?
Myself. No. Like I said, everything was cool. Like the vibe.
And then they started to set expectations as far as what they wanted.
Yes. They set expectations of what they wanted that I could not.
And they never mentioned these expectations before.
In the beginning, no. It was like, oh, by the way. And I was like, wait, what? And this was like, and again, we weren't like in a relationship. We were getting to know each other. So and maybe that's another part of it. Like I'm not in relationships with people. I'm getting to know people. And then once it gets to that point where I'm like, okay, this isn't working, I'm out.
Once they get to the terms and conditions of what a relationship would look like for them, you're like, I'm not signing.
Potentially. Because if it doesn't, there have been times that I did sign and then they switched up and was like, no, thank you. So it is what it is. I'm not saying it's always, me walking away from a situation, but the times that I have, I'm just like, damn, if you would have shown up as, like, given me this from the beginning, then I would have, I would have known that the compatibility wasn't there for me.
And I'm agreeing with you. I'm not saying that you're wrong in any way, but just to, how we do. Could it possibly be that they saw it within you. Like they saw like, okay, he would probably do this or be willing to do X, Y, and Z.
But again,
which is why they didn't say it initially, or maybe it's just not what they do, and just to like, they could have been doing like little things to see if you fit. You know how you throw little nuggets out there to like, oh, you picked up on that. Okay,
right.
good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you were probably picking up on it, and you know, unknowingly to you, this is what they were doing, and then they're like, oh, so you're gonna have to do X, Y, and Z because of this, that, and thing. You're like, wait, I don't do that. Like it was.
And it wasn't that I don't. It was just the fact that it was the expectation. Like it was almost like, oh,
if
so
you
this
don't,
is what you gonna do because of this.
So you wouldn't mind have doing those things, but being that is an expectation.
On my terms, because you don't get to tell me. I don't think that's fair in any situation. You don't get to tell me how to move or when to move. Like you, like it was you. Well, when are you gonna do this?
When are you?
What? Like I'm not, because now I don't like. It just didn't.
Give me an example of when are you going to do this?
When are you gonna ask me out? We had this conversation. When you gonna ask me out? What? Like I don't think that's fair.
I thought it was like a playful flirting type thing.
But it came
like,
back.
What came back?
Like, so I let that ride, right? So I was like,
and then they
okay.
asked again?
Yeah.
Well, they want you to ask them out.
Yeah, but no. And then,
then
you asked me, I'll give you the rest. Then you asked me 2 times and cancel. So now we're at ground zero.
So you did ask them out and they canceled on you?
No.
Wait.
They finally asked. Well, I guess you're not going to ask, so I'll ask. Okay, great. So we had a plan, did not go through. Had a plan, did not go through. I'm good.
Well, this one is a little complicated, but I don't see nothing
complicated order.
But I personally don't see nothing wrong with saying, when are you going to ask me out? I know your personality, so you're like, you're gonna fucking tell me what to do. Do you know who I am?
I get it all of that.
You asked me out, damn it. You set the date. That's how you are. But I personally don't see like, I mean, and maybe because I am in a relationship, I can go home to be like, when you want to take me out again?
It's
you know
different.
what I mean?
That's different. I think that's.
But I guess I just don't. I guess that statement itself is very harmless to me. Like if I was dating,
and I took your advice on that, right?
If I was dating and someone said, when you gonna ask me out? Okay. You want to go on Friday? You free? Like I'm that type of person. So
somebody out there wishes you were single so they could do all of that. They could ask you that and you would be like, oh, let's go by there.
All right.
No.
Like when I'm free. Like, let me see when I'm free.
I'm not.
Like,
and no love lost. I think that this individual is a great person. I just don't think that we're compatible.
But when are you going to ask me? I don't understand why you're...
It wasn't... So the first time I took your advice, I was like, okay, it could have been playful, blah, blah, blah. So I said nothing about it. Like, I let it ride.
So why didn't you just ask him out?
Because you don't get to tell me when.
So you took my advice and thought it was playful, but yet you still did not ask him out.
Because I wasn't there yet.
To ask him out?
Yeah.
So what the hell was y'all doing this entire time?
Communicating. Getting to know one another.
And going out just isn't part of that?
It wasn't. I was not there.
Of going out?
I did not want to do that yet. Not even that I didn't want to do it. I just wasn't there yet.
So going out, you have to be there in order to go. You have to reach a certain point in order to go out?
For me, it wasn't like reaching a certain point. It was aligning. Like,
it's going out. Like, we can go grab chicken wings. Like...
I understand what you're saying. I
right, and I guess that's why
I'll be honest. Not that I'm not. I'm just gonna, because I'm thinking it as you're asking me the question. You don't dictate to me when I do something, so that was my
reservation. Yeah, that's why you would not move.
I'm not going to do it until I'm ready. I was not ready, and I thought it was a lot. Like I just did not. Again, I was like, well,
was it the fact that you were not ready, or the fact that he asked you? He asked you that particular question, and now they put in your head, I'm not ready, and I'm not going to do it at this point.
I think it was a combo. 2-piece.
Damn, friend, you can't do that.
Why?
Friend, you can't be like that, friend. Because it's harmless in nature. It's harmless.
So again, I let it go. I said I'm not going to hold on to this.
But you did not ask that. You did not ask him out.
Why? So you didn't let it.
So you didn't let it go.
Why do I have to ask?
You didn't let it go. So
why do I have to ask? Because he said so.
Is not
absolutely. Nope, I don't subscribe. And that's what, so when he asked the second time, that's what I said. I don't subscribe. I don't subscribe to your notion of thinking
that control.
I don't think it's control.
It is control.
No, I think it's preference.
It's control.
I prefer to do things in time that works for me.
Your preference card says control.
Well, control. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because I don't. I hear you. I hear you.
but are you listening?
But see, Ramont, I think it's unfair to say.
You're not spitting. Okay. It's okay.
I think it's unfair for you to tell me that because he asked when I was going to ask, I should have just asked. Why? What was wrong with him just saying, "Hey, do you want to go out?" Because when he did. Even though he said, so he asked that question, right? I let it ride. I spoke my piece on it. I was like, I really don't like for people to ask me when I'm taking them out. Because it just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. So then the next question was, you still ain't asking me out. And I'm not. That was the second time I was like, okay. So then I guess the third time it was, well, since you're not going to ask, when would you like to go out?
So here it is. When are you going to ask me out? Jokingly, playing. You don't say anything, and then it becomes, so you're not going to ask me out. In my mind, the first time that I say it jokingly to you, and you don't respond, you don't say anything, your response could have been, well, when you free, you the one that's always busy. Oh no, I'm not. I'm free. This, and the third. It could have went down that type of road to you guys planning something, but because you're not going to tell me what to do, it comes across as if you don't want to take me out. We're not going to. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
Because I'm throwing you that nugget. I want to go out with you. So playing like you just throw like that little subtle hint. When you going to ask me out? Mm-hmm. And you don't say nothing. So I'm like, oh, so you ain't going to ask me out? I don't subscribe to doing that. So I've made up in mind, so we're not going out. Because clearly you don't see that for us. You want to be text buddies. We're going to be on the phone. We just going to talk over the phone, this, and the third. Like, that's how our relationship is going to go because you don't want to meet with me face to face and everything like that. And I get your point as far as I could have said, hey, would you like to go out on this and the third? But maybe I want to test the water to see if he's even open to that idea before I say, hey, Reese, would you like to go out with me? No, I don't want to go out with you. Because clearly you're that hard and blunt of a person.
Oh, I'm not hard. I'm blunt though.
That you would be like, no, we're not going out.
Nasty like that. Well, not nasty. I don't think.
But if you rejected me, then like let me throw a nugget to see how it would, how it would play out, and then throw it again, and you still didn't just like. Whoa.
This is the time that I just don't agree with that because I just don't think that. Again, if it was that. After I said I don't like people, I said I don't. I think it's tacky when you ask somebody to take you out.
I thought it was just playful and
that's why I just kind of paid it. I was like, okay, cool.
But you also did not ask.
Why do I have to?
But not even ask. But you didn't even like play it back to him. Like you the one that's always busy. What do you mean? When I'm gonna take you out? Like you know what I mean? Like you didn't even.
This is not a game.
Clearly, it is.
Game over now.
It's a game of control.
I don't think it's control. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the ALilRandRPodcast. Our topic today was
we don't know
compatibility. That was where,
agree to disagree.
Well, so now we're gonna turn off the mics.
Or maybe
and have
we
a
won't.
Real conversation about the fact that Ramont is trying to again, I feel like trying to make me subscribe to this notion that if someone says, hey, you should do this, then you should do it. No, that doesn't make sense to me. And it wasn't like there was an interest there, but it wasn't like...
So if it was an interest there, how it would have cost you nothing to just plan a date?
You don't get to dictate to me how I move.
Okay.
You as my friend, them as someone that maybe I saw some potential in, that's not okay for me. Okay. That's like me saying, I don't know, like, I don't know, we're going out, Ramont, you're driving. Like, what if you don't want to drive? What if you want to get drunk? What if you want to Uber? Like, I don't get to put on you what I want. That's not fair.
But his question, that's not how he phrased his question. That's not how he said it. Like so that's telling me I'm going to drive versus...
Okay, so Ramont, when you gonna take me out? As my friend, when you gonna take me out? Like what?
You already said that. You said you wanted to go on dates or do lunch dates or something like that.
Right.
And I was just like, okay.
Wasn't you.
You the one that told me we gotta go do Uber Eats.
Speaking of people, because I almost forgot, we are signed up. We just gotta pick a date.
That's you telling me what we gonna do
for them.
Don't.
This is a business.
No, it's.
This is a business.
So you're using this as a business in order for me to go do Uber Eats with you after I already told you. I told you no.
You did not tell me no.
I did tell you no.
You said you wouldn't do Uber Eats.
Right.
I'm doing it. You're doing it with you're a ride along. It's different.
You could have been a ride along for that date.
Well, and it's not gonna happen.
But his question would have been in the sense of, hey, we're going out, Reese. Wouldn't you like to drive?
No. No. I don't like to drive, so that would be that.
Yeah, we would never ask you any damn way.
That's
like we would never.
No, I've always been, you're driving.
I've never said that to you.
But you get in.
How often have I got in your car?
Compared to the times that I've been in your car?
Because you got your Uber. Because we go in different directions. You've called an Uber.
So you've been in my car more or I've been in your car more?
It depends on which one you had.
You playing now. Apples and oranges. I don't give a... My car always looks the same. It hasn't changed much. It's always the same black on black.
They pulling up in there what?
Good night, people. It's been great talking to y'all.
What if I'm not done yet?
What you gotta say?
You don't get to dictate when I'm done talking.
Well, I'm done. So what's up? I'll listen. I'm here to listen to you, friend. What you got to say? I can't believe you. We're really gonna have a conversation after this.
What is there to have a conversation?
Because I don't understand. I really don't understand
because
your logic.
I just feel as if it was harmless in nature.
Okay, that's fine, and I respect that. But can you respect the fact that I just
I never said that I disagreed with you.
Okay,
I never said that. But I personally just feel as if it was harmless in nature, and there could have been a different alternative, or you could have responded to it a little bit differently
by doing exactly what they said, and I don't get that. I don't.
And
understand.
You're holding on to that
because that's what you said. Well, why didn't ask them? No, I don't have to.
Or you could have just kicked it back to them. Like it
wasn't about it. To me, it was about you don't get to tell me what to do. Period. Point blank. Now, if that's what you want to do, then say that. Say, hey, I want to do this.
So okay. If I say, Reese, I want to go out, what do you do?
That's better received than when you're gonna take me out. I want to go out. We should go out and do something. Okay, cool.
So are you planning a date? Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So it's the same end result.
I didn't say no.
It's the same end result.
I did not say no.
What did you say?
I said I took a pause. I took a pause. Now, in that conversation, I feel like that is a open door to a...
Oh, so that opens the door. But what I said...
To us figuring that out together. Like, okay, well, what idea did you have? Oh, I just want to go eat. Okay, cool. I know somewhere I want to try, or you know what I mean? That's the
semantics.
I'm gonna let you close the show today because you're not done. I'm done because I'm bothered a little bit.
I'm not against you.
You are.
I'm not against you.
I feel that you are. I'm sorry. I won't tell you what you are because only you know what you are. I feel that you're against me.
Okay.
I feel like you just put all this weight on my shoulder and I don't agree that it was my, like, no.
Okay.
No. And I, There's,
That controlling you is eating you up.
Control.
It is eating you up.
It is not control. Oh, you are so lucky that we are friends.
Okay, let's end it so you can cuss me out.
I'm not going to cuss you out.
I'm going to keep the mics on so people can hear what you said to me. I'm going to cut off the camera, though, so they won't see it. But if y'all hear me hit the floor.
I'm not violent anymore.
All right, guys. But we're going to get out of here. We'll probably have a part 2. We love a part 2.
We do. Because I feel like we didn't get to the... It turned. It turned, and this is not the turn that I wanted it to take. But it does. It proves my point to me. Again, the topic was essentially compatibility, and I just don't feel like our energies were compatible, and so that's why. Yeah. Okay. But it was great. Great talking to you.
Alrighty.
My glass is empty.
Oh,
and I don't want to take anything from yours because I don't want any problems.
Please
so thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of I said this already, a little R&R podcast. Come back and listen to us in 2 weeks. Peace.
Hey guys, it's your boy Ramont.
And I'm Reese. Check us out at a little R&R podcast.
You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and all your podcast streaming services.